Hey y'all. Hey, journeymen and journeywomen. This is a hero's journey with Dr.D, and I have not been on in a while. I have currently been experiencing some things in life. Oh, I had a congestion. Well, I don't have the corona. So if anybody's wondering, I'm just letting you know, giving you a little insight. And this won't be a long live. I just thought it was it's ready. It was time for me to actually to say something. I in the midst of working on a couple of items, and I probably haven't put on anything really consistent for like a couple of weeks. Excuse my inner color. It's not decent. It's not decent. It's not stuff's not straight. Okay, is that better? But maybe not. But it's gonna have to do what's going to do. Let me button up a little time. Let me turn around. Let me maybe top. Let me see this. Make it straighter. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I think that works. Okay. Now, what I was saying is that I was actually experiencing some things. I had upper respiratory. Well, I had congestion. All this in Carolina is just. This pollen is a mess. As my mother would say, it's a hot mess. See, I'm born and raised in Chi-Town, Chicago, Illinois, where the pollen level is not as high as up here. My son currently deals with some issues that I would have experienced if I was raised in the South. But I wasn't raised in the South, I was raised in the Midwest. So while I had bronchial issues, my bronchial issue was nowhere near what my son's is. And then I started looking at him and said, man, just suppose if I was raised up in this. Lord have mercy. Help us all. Well, somebody popped up. Hey, wherever it is. But this the deal. I was dealing with some stuff. My head was congested. And then it drained down to my bronchos. My bronchos was messed up. And I took some Muller, some things to try to get it up. And it worked. It's working. And I was like relieved for a second. Then one day the side of my face is swollen up like a pumpkin. And it was tight. Now I was feeling it. It was kind of swollen. I was like, oh. Asked my wife, I said, what's this? You see, it's a little, like one side was like this. But what was happening is that I got an infection. Ah, Lord. It's not one thing, it's another. I got an infection. So what happened is that when the congestion cleared, I was clear. Then the corona came up, but I don't have the corona. But what else happened is that I got an infection in my tooth and I got a pain. So I got my bottle of pills, my ibuprofen, stopped popping those pills like Gregory House. Pop, pop. I need the ibuprofen because the pain was sustained and it's chronic. It's like throbbing, it's just throbbing. So it kind of subdued it for a little bit. But 3 days, I said, I'm going to go to my dentist and see what's up with this. So I went to my dentist, and this time, if you have any type of pain, emergency, the dentist office will actually see you. So I went in the next morning, and they looked and said, this thing's infected. So my roots were infected of my molars. Now, I have one tooth that's waiting for a root canal, and I was trying to wait it out, and because it was all right. And they put the temporary filler on the top, but as time would have it, it didn't get all right. It got worse, and it got painful. But not only got painful, another tooth from my molar, it got affected as well, and that thing it's throbbing. So I went to the dentist, and they told me it's infected. They tried to get me to see the root canal man, and I couldn't go at that time because I had to try to arrange my money so I can go see the root canal man. So I went today, and he did a great job. He did one root canal. I thought I could get away with that. And he said, well, you can come back later. I give you some medication, and it will kill the infection around the tooth, but it won't kill the infection in the tooth. So sooner or later, it's going to have to be done. So I got 2 root canals done today. So that's good. So 2 root canals done. My head is not congested. My chest is not congested. Can't really crunch down real hard on the left side. But I'm not trying to break this feeling. because I don't have a crown on top. But in the meantime, I had some good sessions and some good insights of things I've been researching. I think would be very helpful for you journeymen and journey women when I start being more consistent. I got a new intro to my podcast, and that should be cool. But I want to do like I'm doing a video pertaining to the events, the current event that real Corona, and probably do an interview with my little assistants, Praise and Justice, and we're gonna see how that's gonna go. But for the most part, my apologies for not being consistent as I was. But I'm about to get back on the horse and get some things done. A couple clients said, "Dr.D, you haven't put any videos up." I said, "I have a couple of things going on, so I was not able to then prioritize it to do it to get up. But things will be coming. I will try to at least get a live video up." So people can look at it. So if anybody's on right now, or just shoot me a line on the chat thing. You say, "Hey, I don't know what it is." Somebody, I got one person on this thing right now. But in any case, I know that you'll be able to look at the video later on. If there's any insight, any recommendations, response, so please leave it a comment. Leave a comment down below, and also remember to subscribe, to like, to share the video. This is not much of a video, just pretty much just a heroes update. And some of my heroes update would be just this: me just letting you know what's going on, and me letting you know when I will be back on, or me just giving you a update on current events. And you let me know of anything else that you would like to talk about, and I will try my best to get a video out. Or if you'd like to do a live session, create a dialogue pertaining to a certain subject matter, and then we do that as well, because the plans are to do the lives as I do these. But the lives generally will be on Friday nights after I do uh, after I do a video in the morning time, and then at dinner work. Well, well, Mrs. Jones, the it's it's done now. So the L'Oreal, so my L'Oreal, my teeth is fixed. Well, not totally, but it's the poison is out. So that's why I'm glad I get it done, because a lot of times if you delay something, you're delaying the inevitable, and inevitable generally sometimes pops up when you least suspect it, meaning the pain. Well, the pain that I had but I do appreciate your condolences so on my pain, and uh, but with the pain now is subsided, I won't have to worry about the infection flaring up. I just have to be concerned about getting the crowns on these and finishing the work on my grill. The blessing is I don't have to get a full set of dentures, or a half set, or even a partial. But yeah, so that's the deal. That's the deal with my teeth, and so some couple of my clients were. Uh, I was going to see my clients, and they canceled. They canceled, said they had some pain or some things that was going on. I said, "Oh, don't worry about it," because I had some pain too, but they didn't need to know all that. I'll tell them when I get on line with them, when I see them in person, because I didn't want to get on line and I'd be all swole up. Well, dimples spread out, and I'm mumbling like I got like I'm playing Major League Baseball. Uh, so that wouldn't be a pretty sight, and it'd be very uncomfortable and grueling, and my demeanor will have a distinct shift. My attitude will be a tad bit tarnished, based on me talking through pain and working through pain, and generally I don't work from a core of pain. I work from a core of joy, which kind of translate in when I do my work. And so if I'm not in a certain state of mind, I don't need to be across the table, across the screen for anybody because I like to be infectious, and my infection I give is not a thing of despair, but of hope. That is my goal. That is my objective. As I was stating before, is my objectives and my goal, as far as my timeline, is to do a video on Friday morning. The last couple of weeks, pretty much within a month, in light of this current situation, my current situation, not really equating the corona, my current situation is that I had pain and a situation I had to adjust some things in my life so I can make sure I'm the best version of myself for who's looking at me and whom I'm speaking with. And that's my goal is to help individuals get beyond their first move. And so if I can get beyond mine and nowhere in the world, I can fake the funk and help you get over yours. And so that's my goal. My goal is actually to get the podcast as well as the video out on the podcast. The goal is to get the podcast on Wednesdays. The goals and objective is get the video out on Friday, and to do maybe an extra video like I'm doing right now throughout the week, but ideally on Wednesday or Tuesday. But live can be a spontaneous and video. So I have a number of heroes updates. So so that's why I'm getting online so I can just give everybody updates of what's going on and what's happening. And but you can go through my archives. I have probably about 27 different videos, probably 15 for the content dealing with anger management, anger being a secondary emotion, purpose and purpose and purpose and fear and journey and backpack. And also, I have a series that I'm doing. I never had a chance to complete, called Backpack: A Journey to a Specific Destination. I think the first part is pretty good. You just have to complete the other sections of it, because I think it will give people good insight into direction into direction. And that's my goal. My goal is to help individuals get a better sense of who they are, where they're going, and to get out of their head and into life. Because some people stay in their head too long and they never experience life to the fullness. Because what is life if you're not experiencing it? If you're existing in it, you're just a pebble in a pond. I prefer to be the fish than a pebble. A pebble stays still when a fish is always moving. So if life is a pond, I want to be moving in it. I never want to be stagnant. Even in my era, I want to be moving because in my era, I'm still learning a lesson. I am still learning a lesson. So I want everybody else to learn a lesson. And please don't forget to like. Well, I don't have anything set up right now, but you can go on my other videos and you get. But when it gets set up, just like, subscribe, share, comment. Speaking of comment, someone left a great comment on my backpack video, and I will respond to it this evening. It's a real good inquiry about the subject matter. And so that's what I'm here for, to assist. And for all my clients, this is an extra limb of who I am and what I offer. So if I'm not seeing you on your in your session, and then you always can send me something on a YouTube video or a request, and I will respond and try to do my best to do what I can do when I can do it. And so be encouraged, like, subscribe, comment, share, be encouraged, and remember, every day you get up vertical, making your goal in life to continue on moving forward. This is a Dr. D with Hero's Journey. Out.